Hello everyone, SB Architects here. Today I want to show you how to create steel constructions in Archicad. Before beginning the tutorial, I suggest you to watch this tutorial. For this, I tell you how you can create truss steel there. I have shown you how to create truss roofs, truss construction for roofs with a smarter way. After watching this, we are going to create steel constructions, steel beams, steel columns. There are different ways of doing that. I'm going to show you. By the way, if you are serious learning about Archicad, you can go to my Patreon page. In that page, you can find more advanced tutorials. I have created a whole building from scratch, from zero to the output. And also from my Patreon page, you can download all of my project files, which I have shown you in the YouTube tutorials. Alright then, let's get started. Alright, here we are in Archicad. In order to create steel constructions, we have two different ways. First method is using objects, and the second method is using beams and columns. Let's start with the basic column. If you click that column and place on the screen, you will see a structure type. You can change this. You can choose rectangular, circular, and even you can choose profile. If you click profile, you will see this custom. And when you click it, you will see this menu. And here we can already see a couple of options made by Archicad previously. They are ready to use. Let's select this one, for instance, HEA 200. And as you can see, we have our steel column. In the 3D window, we have this. We can see its element inside this profile 200. We will just right click it and select this edit selected composite profile. And here we will see profile manager. If we click this section, we will see the fill type. That means this steel structure is the element of this profile. Of course, you can change it from here. You can even turn this to aluminum, but it's not necessary. By the way, we can see this nominal width and nominal height. Here's a tip for you. If you activate this width stretch and height stretch, by activating this, we can change this steel size. Let's hit apply, and if we go to ground floor, now you can see this 19 and 20 was activated. If you hit this chain, and they will be equal right now. If you add 0, and as you can see, the other value has increased. Now I'll go back once more. Let's make 200, and as you can see, it was stretched rightly. But that's not true, because we have a profile name. It's a unique name, and with this unique name, you mustn't change its sizes. You have to use this HEA 200 with these dimensions. Let's go undo, and I'll click edit, and now I will uncheck this width stretch and height stretch. Apply, go to ground floor, and we will see that these dimensions are not changeable. From this profile menu, you can choose which profile you need. By the way, some steels, some profiles are parametric. That means you will see these blue lines. That blue lines means you can manipulate them by clicking, and after that clicking the second offset edges. You can change that even here, but here you can see this H2 is not blue, so you cannot change that edges. I'll just copy this to here and go back to our previously profile. We won't see that. We won't see that blue changeable edges. You can add this for your profiles. It's another topic. But for now, we must know that we can change these dimensions. If we go to settings, from here, we will see this profile offset modifiers. And it has its unique name given by designers, 2 and 4. I think they're going to be 2, both 2, or even 1. Actually, this was 1.8 and also 1.8. It's 1.8. It says 2, but it's not true. You can change it from here. Project preferences, working units. If you change this millimeter, or you can add more decimal, maybe 1 or 2. You can see the right part of the comma. As you can see, it's 1.8. Alright, let's continue. This is column. I'm gonna delete this, and after that I'm going to multiply this. But before that, I will need to place a grid system. You know how to place a grid system. We will go to this grids from the documents, and we can place grid elements. But if you want to create a couple of more beams, grids at the same time, you can use the design tool from the grid system, and from here we can change these values. We have default numbers here. I'm gonna change these 750, maybe copy, paste, paste, paste. Same gonna happen here. And this part is going to be ABC. This part is going to be 1, 2, 3. And we can change the starter positions. We can add markers. I am gonna check them. So on, so forth. Of course, you can place columns automatically. If I check these elements at grid lines intersections, and it's going to be column. If I click settings, it's going to place this column. If you click this profile from here, you can choose this one or this one. Let's select this, click OK, and you can even create beams. And let's go to settings, let's do the same, profile beam, and maybe this type. Let's click OK. We can add dimensions, total dimensions, and intersection dimensions. This 200 centimeters determines that the distance between this marker from the main line is okay, and they mustn't be same value. If you input your same value, they will be in the same positions and intersected, so we will place different values. Now if everything is okay, we can click OK, and we will click a place and rotate to which position we want. And as you can see, we have automatically placed our columns, steel beams, grids. We have automatically placed the dimensions, and it's so tedious and fast. Let's go to 3D window, and we have this. If we click this column, we will see this, its bottom and top will be attached to second story. So that means from here, if we change this, the height of the next, maybe 5 meters, the height will be larger. And also this, as you can see. But we need to fix the beams. Let's select all of the beams, and from the settings we will make this to story 1, and from here we can change this to first reference level. to which level you want. And the height was 5 meters, so I'm gonna input here 5 meters. And as you can see, it's automatically changed to 0. From first story, it's going to be 0. And from ground floor, if I hit the OK, the beams will be placed right onto this grid axis. And now it's going to place this line. If we look closer, we can see all of the details. After placing them, of course, you can change all of the profiles at the same time. And this is okay. This was the easiest method of using this. And I'm going to show you the second method, which is object. If we go to design and click object, from the object settings, we will see all of the objects in the Archicad library. From here, we will close this furnishing and we will open this building structures, and here we will see steel structures, and we have curved beams and profiles, frames, truss frames. We have very long list here, frames and joists. Let's say that we are going to add steel column, and here we have universal beams column, and as we did before, we have all kind of profiles. It was all predetermined and it's going to be parametric. Now I'm going to place one of them, and in the 3D window it's going to be like this. We can change its height from the settings to from here. Our previously placed columns were 5 meters, so I'm gonna make this 5 meters. And after that, let's say that we will duplicate this as 750 centimeters, and after that we are going to add a beam. Therefore I'm going to duplicate this from the settings. I'm going to choose steel beams, but not BS, it's going to be EN, and we can see the profile names. These are universal names as we place in the columns. For instance, HEA beam maybe. And by the way, we can select those and change them to HEA column 2. Now, if we compare this with this one, this name is different. If we look at HEA, no, there isn't. They must be equal dimensions with that, but it's not possible to compare them right now. Now, once we have placed this, we can extend this edge to the middle of the column and also this part. And height, actually elevation from the ground will be equal 5 meters. And of course, these are going to be 5 meters too. And we will get the same. It's the two different methods. Of course, for this kind of basics, I prefer using this column and beams, but for complex profiles such as these steel frames, we cannot do this with this basic column and beams. We have to use these predetermined objects. like this. From home 0, because this is parametric, you can change the heights and middle joints. Such as this one. Something like this. In the settings, we can change them to from here. For instance, the default value for the segment is 2. If we make this 4, we will see more purple points. And we can create different shapes. Fully parametric. Also, we can place space frames. From here, under the space frames, such as this one. This is very small, but we can change its parameters to maybe we can make this 10, and after that we will change the total dimensions to maybe 25 meters, and from 0 the height will be 5 meters. Let's make this 1 meter, and we will change this value from here. But I think this is too thin. We can change the thickness from here. At this, it must be 5 centimeters. There we go. And we have joints, and it must equal to 8 at least. There we go. It's some kind of triangle sphere. We can add more detail from here. From here, resolution is 6, and it's not enough. I think it must be at this 12. As you can see, it's more detailed. After placing this, you can go to floor plan, and there we go. We can use these objects and use for our space truss. I'm gonna hit Ctrl plus U. I'm gonna click matrix. This is going to be maybe, it must be multiply of 250. So I'm gonna input here 5 meters. Oh, we are under the increment and split. I'm going to use split. The verticals will be 0, and these spacings will be 500 centimeters. We will start from here and from here. Let's look at what we have. I think it seems correct, but maybe we can hold from here and reduce 2 space frames to this column. Or instead of doing that, we can go back and we can hit M and measure our distance for the grease. Our total distance is 2250, so it's not dividable. Therefore, I'm going to go to settings, make this 2000, and after that from the main settings we will see the distance between the axes has been changed. It's 2 meters right now, and if I hit M from here to here, it's 1800. So if we divide this tree, our grease distance will be 9 meters. So it's easier for now. We are going to input here 900 centimeters. And as you can see, it was placed the correct positions. Just like this. Alright guys, I think this was all it for this tutorial. If you have enjoyed this one, please hit the like button and do not forget to subscribe if you want to see similar tutorials like this. Thank you for watching. Until next time, have a nice day. Bye. And if you are serious about learning Archicad, you can go to my Patreon page. From there, I will be waiting for you. Alright, thank you for watching. Until next time, have a nice day. Bye.